Your cleaning products are slowly poisoning your family. Here's the truth they don't want you to know. I'm here to expose what's really lurking in your everyday household products and how it's affecting everyone you love. Welcome to Whispers of Wellness, organic home living, where we're pulling back the curtain on the chemical industry. Our team of homesteaders, herbalists, and shamanic practitioners are combining cutting-edge science with ancient wisdom to show you exactly how to protect your family. This isn't just another health podcast. We're going live so you can ask questions in real time, get hands-on demos, and join a movement that's cleaning up our earth one home at a time.
At a time, one home at a time. Everybody, I want to say I'm grateful for this day. I am grateful for this series, and I am grateful for what all is to come along this journey of Whispers of Wellness, the organic home living podcast by the Sacred Kingdom. I myself, Marcus Crystallite, host of the Sacred Kingdom community, along with fellow Sacred Kingdom members, we are going to be deep diving throughout this whole series into different categories, different topics, as well as different aspects of what it means and what it can look like to live a organic, chemical-free, healthy, and vibrant life at home. Now, we're going to be touching base on various different subjects, ranging from household cleaning products, ingredients, and what kind of ingredients to avoid, as well as what kind of ingredients are powerful and beneficial for certain purposes and health benefits as well. So we'll be helping you guys learn about different recipes, hands-on demonstrations, and other wonderful ways to learn how to be able to introduce this into your everyday home life. Now, we are not only going to be touching on home products, but we are also going to be talking about herbs, medicinal value, natural products as well, and many other natural ways of life that can help you connect to the organic and the Christ consciousness. So, on this episode, the introduction, we are going to explore a little bit about who I am and my journey, as well as our sister in the Sacred Kingdom, Sarah Broadhead out of Arizona. She will be talking about her journey as well. And you guys are going to be able to learn about us and what it is that we offer and serve through our everyday holistic and quantum healing. And along with that, you guys will be able to pick up on some experiences, some wisdom and knowledge on the things that have impacted our lives in major ways and have shown us and opened our eyes to what this natural, organic, and holistic life can bring for us. And I gotta say too, we both have been humans, just like you. And what I mean by that is there was one point where we had traditional American diets where we used the everyday cleaners like Dawn dish soap, the very popular mainstream brands of colognes and deodorants and things like that we typically hear about, like Old Spice, Body Armor, especially as teenage boys. I know teenage boys, we always hear about all these huge catchy colognes and huge catchy body washes and stuff like that. And then you learn about the harsh chemicals that are in those, and what those harsh chemicals can do to you, not only physically and biologically, but also mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually through our DNA. So this is going to be a great series. You guys will also learn hands-on ways of how to make different tinctures, herbs, teas, as well as organic soaps, shampoos, conditioners, because Jade will also be joining us as well at one point throughout the series. And it's going to be a great time. So, with that being said, I'm gonna allow you guys to check out a upcoming event that we have, and that is the New Year's retreat. And then once we're back from this promo for the New Year's retreat, we're gonna bring Sarah on, and we're gonna get started.
Step into 2026 with intention and sacred purpose. Join Sacred Light Healing and Wellness for a transformative 3-day New Year's retreat at the historic Apple Butter Inn in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. From December 31st through January 2nd, immerse yourself in cacao ceremonies, healing gong baths, and conscious manifesting workshops led by renowned practitioners Sadhanam Singh, Jesse Thomas, Katrina Durant, and Empress Dawn Faya. Enjoy live music by Shy Brown and Evan Sturgeon while nourishing your body with plant-based meals and resting in luxury rooms with fireplaces and memory foam beds. This is your safe space to heal, connect with soul family, and consciously celebrate the new year.
Welcome, Sarah. Grand day to you.
Hi, how's it going? Grand day.
It's going great over here. I'm just kind of cleaning up, doing some laundry, getting ready for my Florida trip.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to get out of this snowy 20-degree weather.
Well, I can't say I disagree with that.
Yeah. I mean, what's the weather like out there for you right now?
It was really cold overnight. I think I woke up and it was 47. So, I don't know, it's probably
Wow.
in the 60s today.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely like your winter then out there.
Yeah. If you think about, so for 2 months of the year, we don't go below 100 degrees at night. And so for it to be 47 at night is like, whoo, that's cold, right? Like it's not cold for everybody else, but for us it is.
Yeah, I would say
So,
for Arizona, that is definitely cold.
yeah.
That
So,
kind of does that make you kind of feel and think kind of like how I feel and think right now that the world is changing, like the climate, the sun, the magnetic sphere and stuff like that. I feel like it's definitely been changing with all the solar flares and all the activity.
oh, yeah, that's a big, huge can of worms. Seriously, the answer to me is absolutely yes. I mean, I'm not going to go into all the reasons why I believe so right now, here now, but yeah, I totally agree with you. And it's not climate change; it's everything is changing.
Yep.
Our Mother Earth Gaia is changing. She is ascending. She is growing. She is becoming bigger and better and more badass.
Mhm. That's right.
Right?
We rising. We rising and we shining and we vibing. Mm.
Yeah.
So before we start exploring and going into our journeys and talking about, the wonderful facts and experiences and wisdom of the plant and herbal natural kingdom of remedies and medicines,
Hmm.
I'd love to pull a card for us and kind
Yes.
of allow us to just kind of process and sit with the energy of this card. And it'll be from the Magical Dimensions.
Nice.
I've always loved this one. It's like so unique, the box style. It's kind of like a holographic look. And then it's pretty cool too. There is a cleansing portal inside of it.
Oh, wow.
And then it has angelic, elemental, fairy, galactic, and chakra cards.
Right on. That's awesome. Yeah,
Right?
that's really cool.
I feel like it's like all the different groups that we like
Yeah.
to serve.
And like what aspect needs your attention at the moment?
Mm-hmm. That's the back of the
That's
cards.
pretty. That kind of reminds me of Lunar Queen and her new deck of cards she has. Because
That
it talked to me about balancing the air, water, earth, and fire. I believe it was all 4 elements. I didn't add in ether, but I mean, you know, within myself. So
Was that the
maybe
deck?
that's.
Was that the
Sorry.
deck she had 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so it's funny because last night I watched a really cool video. And I think it's 20 different ways to help improve your extra sensory gifts.
Yeah.
And one of them was a breath exercise. And I was like, yes, okay, so earth, air, water, fire. So I was like incorporating them with the practices that I had along with this documentary. Anyway, last night was pretty cool.
What was that like a little bit?
Huh? Well, he starts off, okay, he's talking about you're more, you know, excuse my French, but badass than you think you are. And that's because most human beings are stuck on 5% of what we're really capable of. We have no idea it even exists, right? This thing called energy. I know I once never knew about energy, and I'm not putting myself on a high horse at all. I'm just saying that it's super common to not know about what energy is. What is energy? Yeah, energy. We don't need it. Yeah, but no. It's deeper than that, right? And
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about was 20 different ways and exercises to help different different variations of your telepathy and empathy and you know all these different skills we can all basically have, you know. And so it started out with the basics of Reiki. You know how you put your hands out and you start to you can feel the energy, you can feel the air, you can feel, you know what I'm saying? Then you start to make a ball with it. And then you can start to move it. Then you can put your hands back and it comes back much quicker. And that's how it starts. There's 19 more things to do to help you understand energy. And it was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was just the very first one. But yeah, it was really cool. So I was
Man.
incorporating those things that those cards she was using was talking about when I was listening, you know?
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, what else to do on
What an experience.
a weekend night, I guess.
For access.
Sorry.
Okay, like lagged a little bit. Do you have a reference for those practices?
I do. I could give you the link and you can post it in with this description or whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, it's a video I found on YouTube. It's a channel I listen to, and I was
Awesome.
like,
Yeah, that sounds good.
everybody else in
I'll
the
definitely-
house was like asleep or busy or whatever, and so I was like, I want to do this right now.
Oh yeah, that's
So
the best time when you get called.
yeah, I came across it and I was actually like looking for music to listen to when I was driving. And so I just pushed play for a minute to put it in my playlist so I'll go back to it later. You know, I was like, no, putting a pin in you. I'll come back to you later. So I did. Anyway.
Ooh,
So all
Sarah.
about natural living, eh?
Yeah. I have 4 cards for us.
Okay. Give us
Not
the
one.
cards.
Not 1, but 4.
They all jumped out?
Yep.
Jeez.
Wow. So I'm gonna let you guys actually take a look here. Take a look see at this selection we have. So we have boo, boo, boo. Oh, it's backwards.
I know. I was like,
Uh-oh.
wait, what?
Manifestation, magical realms, sanctuary, and exiled.
Mm.
Okay, the first card. The first card we have is manifestation. So this is prosperity, fortune, and pure intention. So the thing that's coming through me in this moment is not just to think about just manifestation itself as like a blanket statement, but to think about what the process of manifestation looks like
Mm.
and what the facts are behind the process of manifestation as a human being. So, this is the electromagnetic field. This is your energy centers. This is your groundedness. This is your connection to self-confidence. This is your ability to have clear traumas from your field, to have clear addictive patterns and other patterns that would then get in the way of the natural flow of your current. So with that, when I see pure intentions on this card as well, are we moving with pure intentions? Now, this is something to really ponder on. Having pure intentions does not mean that we are thinking positive or that we are wanting to do something positive, but then our actions don't show that. So when it comes to using your intentions, are your intentions really for the greatest good of all? More than your own ego, more than the other person's ego? Is it for a purpose that goes beyond your ego? So a lot of times we have the thought that we want to have pure intentions, but sometimes we do things, and when we do it, we are then acting from a different intention in that moment. For some of us, it's hard to admit that. But in order to do something, you have to have an intention to do it before you do it, even if it's a positive or negative thing. So even if I didn't mean to hurt you, was your quote unquote intention, well, right before you took that action, there was some other intention in that moment that caused you to go into that action. And when we can really start to admit to things, we can really just be okay with, oh, yes, I had this temporary emotion, or oh, yes, I was triggered into impulse, or I was thinking and I misinterpreted things. Those are all okay. We're going to do this on this human journey, if not every single day. But the point here is that this manifestation doesn't pour this fluidly and this vibrantly with all the gold unless we address these things. Or we're going to stay stagnant, continue to manifest patterns, and have conflicts. Conflicts don't arise unless there's energy to be addressed to bring back balance. Yeah.
You know what? I have something to add to that. Something I learned along my early journey of rediscovery of learning how to love myself. Yeah. I learned that the universe, God, spirit, source, your higher self, all the above, however you want to label it, right? Can hear you, your inner thoughts. You can't like be like, oh hi, how's it going? Oh yeah. And then secretly in your head be like, yeah, you stupid idiot. You can't do that. It doesn't work. Everything can hear you. Everything, every energy and every power and every whatever, for lack of better explanation, this quick moment, but that can help you to your next highest timeline isn't going to let you fly with those kind of thoughts in your mind, trying to manifest something positive in your life. So just remember that your inner thoughts do matter. And the best way to correct that, because I myself was guilty of having a horrible inner dialogue, and I realized it, and I was like, holy crap, man, I'm talking like crap to myself. I just thought that was kind of normal. I just thought that's what everyone did. Like, I didn't think much about it until all of a sudden I did. And I was like, wait a minute. God, I'm kind of being a dick to myself, aren't I? So what I decided to do was wake up every day and immediately do 5 or 10 gratefuls or affirmations. And like, at first I felt really silly. Like, this is really dumb. Why am I even doing this? And I almost felt like I was BSing myself, but I was like, okay. And at first it was really hard too, because I was in such a negative frame of mind. But either way, I just started simple. And every day I started with 5. Grateful. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful for my car. I don't know. I'm grateful for this plate of food. Whatever it might be, pick 5 things or 10. It's up to you, however many. Pick your number. And every single day, start your day out by telling the universe and yourself out loud what you're grateful for. Why? That sounds weird, right? Why would you do that? Well, because that energy of gratefulness, of being forthright, of being honest, genuine, that energy moves mountains. And so it's beautiful energy on top of that. Instead of waking up, I mean, yes, it's hard to not wake up if, for example, if you have pain. But all things aside, first thing to do is start yourself with affirmations or, gratefuls. And it'll change your whole set of mind. You'll be in a much more positive outlook. It'll bring those types of energies to you, because many of us are becoming aware of how the universe is like a magnet, if you will. And so I'm sure we'll talk about that later on in the series, but it's always best to start your day by setting your energy in the way you two want to go. So why not set it grateful? It's a positive way to start the day, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well said, Sarah. Thank you.
Mhm.
Daily routines has been one of the most life-changing things for me in my life. I used to live a life where welcoming Kat and welcome Rhonda McQueen. Good to see you. But routines completely changed my life. And for everybody else out there, we are also integrating, and we are in the middle of a 4-card oracle reading as well. And what Spirit is telling me is that we're going to integrate this reading as we talk. So we're going to flow in between which card comes up next, because we have 4 cards. And then we're going to allow those conversations to flow with it. And then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about our personal journeys and what kind of things we personally know and experience and have available for you guys as well. So for everybody out there, please share this, allow some others to be able to listen and become aware of these healthy and organic ways of living. So our first card we had was manifestation. And with manifestation, just to recap for anybody that's just joining us, manifestation was talking about not just thinking about manifestation itself, but going into the finer details of your own self and the mechanics and functioning of your electromagnetic multidimensional being, and how that has the effect in the center to the manifestations in your life. So kind of dove deep into that, and then Sarah shared as well. And then our next card is Magical Realms. Magical Realms. I love this card because it's got like the Merkaba kingdom back there. And then it shows the person out here practicing their magic, basically. Pretty cool. So it's belief, confidence, and co-creative power. Ooh. So this ties in very well with my routines that I'm going to talk about here in a moment. So belief, confidence, and co-creative power. Something I've kind of seen in life is that confidence and like self-belief, I feel like are things that we have to kind of, I guess, build within us, so to say. It's not exactly something you're just born with and then you're just confident every single day automatically. I feel like it's something that you have to really work with through your chakras. And then, of course, specifically the lower chakras. You know, you learn about the lower chakras, you learn about the root. The root chakra is the base foundation to your survival of your physicality and your human being on the earth. So that is where you are connected to the abundance of the earth grid. It is where you feel grounded, stable, and inner security. And it is also where you feel like you are safe to be able to be and to do things in this world. And then you take that up, then your vital life force energy starts to activate. And this is also known as the Kundalini, or the sexual prana, or the creative force. And that's at the sacral. And that is where you also then begin to first sense and develop relationship and connection to the outside world. So it's also your emotional center, pleasure center as well. Then it's also your divine feminine creative center. This is where you cultivate your creative energy to be able to be used in your everyday life. And then you make your way to the solar. And then the solar is where you then take that prana, that Kundalini force, and then you bring it into where you feel self-confidence and you're able to feel a sense of self-identity. On how balanced your solar chakra is, you're either going to feel confident naturally and being a human being on the earth with a divine connection, or you're going to feel devalued because you feel a little bit more disconnected from feeling confident in your ability to be a divine being on the earth. So this also deals with judgment, criticism, codependent attachments, things of that nature that can block up these lower centers. So what I find is that when we meet community, we have healthy family, healthy loved ones around us, we're able to start working through those blockages in our lower centers. And I probably say every single one of us as humans have these kind of blockages in our lower centers at some point. Self-confidence, feeling like we're valuable, feeling like we're worthy, being seen, being passionate, and voicing ourselves, things of that nature. So when we have healthy community, we have healthy surroundings that encourage us to be able to work through it and to share the things that we have with our love, we are then able to access more of what we call those magical realms inside of you. And then as you start to then be able to activate more of those magical realms inside of you, you're then able to project those out into your outer reality. And then you're able to ripple it through your auric field and vibration to those around you and start to uplift each other. So I'm hearing a lot about community right now. There's a lot of community that is coming together. There's a lot of community that's being called from individuals that are looking for a community. And I just want to let you guys know, we got the community right here, the Sacred Kingdom. Myself, Shining Soul Sarah over there, the ones in the comments. I mean, we are doing some beautiful things, and I gotta say, it's really life changing, and it's opened my heart, it's opened my mind, and it's helped me really realize that we're not alone in this world with what we're doing, especially with these missions. Speaking of these missions, Sarah, would you like to share a little bit about your journey and what it is that you offer on this mission?
Hmm. Well, hello everyone. My name is Sarah. I live in Arizona. I have been natural and holistic for a very long time. I'm a natural and holistic mother, a conscious mother as well. Um, and I also basically look at my whole entire life that way. I own a cleaning business and I use natural-based cleaning products for my house, for my cleaning business, for my other people's houses, everyone. Yeah, I really embrace the whole entire natural living aspect. I mean, there's some things I really probably shouldn't be using, but I do use bleach, things like that. I probably shouldn't, not often, but if I really need to, I'll pull it out, right? But I'll try everything else first. But yeah, yeah, I've been on this path for a very long time. My path and journey started basically around age 17. My father was a really cool macrobiotic, which is a vegetarian. And he had an alternative lifestyle and perspective on, philosophy and things like that. Matter of fact, he was the guy in my basement when I was 3 years old, making pyramids. In 1980, people were like, "What's going on?" Anyway, yeah, and so basically, the way it started with my journey is that I was in high school, and I kept having weird, it seemed, reactions to medications, and eventually, I got some type of a cold, or I forget what it was, but they gave me some antibiotics. And I literally had my tongue swell up into my throat, and it closed off my airways, and I went to the hospital. And after that point, I didn't take any antibiotics. I mean, I've taken a few different types since then, but not many at all. My dad first took me, and we realized that happened and that what was going on and everything. And so, interestingly enough, in Independence, Missouri, my dad knew of a man, a great, very intelligent, wise man, Dr. Dutton, and he was a chiropractor, but he was also a homeopath. And, I had all kinds of troubles and things that kids go through, teens go through, the pimples, for me, the hormone problems, I'm a girl, whatever, all these things. Anyways, right? He was able to get me on track with these little tiny pellets with a thing called homeopathy, and I never heard of it before. And I was like, what is that? I never even heard of it once, but I kept doing it, and it worked. I mean, I got rid of so many different things that were ailments that the doctors told me I couldn't get rid of, like allergies and, like my gut biome being off and things like that, so it was really interesting journey. And then, of course, my dad being a vegetarian, he went to different types of stores for his food. And so I went along with him, and that's when I learned about like the natural products and the herbals and the organic foods and things like that. So pretty early on in my life, I was introduced to this idea anyway, right?
That's pretty amazing, I gotta say. Wow.
So I was like, let's say 31 years ago.
What's one of your like most favorite memories when it comes to the natural herbs with your father growing up?
I just love like when I smell certain things that remind me of him. Like the certain smells of herbs or different foods. found in like a natural health food store or something like that, like certain teas, Relicam, certain foods. Yeah. I guess I always used to love to get those. They were an apple juice and they were like in a glass jar, a glass apple. And they were shaped like an apple and had the leaf on top and everything. And I always got one of those. I thought it was so cool because I was like littler, so it was pretty big,
That's
And I was
awesome.
drinking from a clear apple. It was so cool.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
Yeah, that's interesting. So do you feel like that was able to help you naturally kind of stay in that pathway? And did you ever kind of go out of that pathway?
Oh yeah. Yes and yes. Yeah, very much so. Well, let's just get it straight. First and foremost, I've always been a hippie. Okay. Yes. That's in my me, okay. But yes, there's been moments where, yeah, matter of fact, I took psychotropic medication for 17 years for generalized anxiety disorder. So yeah, no, there's been times where I have taken pharmaceuticals and so forth and whatnots. Like pretty much most of my life I've taken all natural herbs and homeopathy and stuff like that. However, there was a period in my life for about 2 or 3 years that I took antibiotics, and that happened to me at the time when I found out I was pregnant and I didn't know what I was doing and I had no point of reference. So I decided to momentarily use the childhood vaccine schedule with my child and deeply regretted it. So yeah, there's been moments where I did use allopathic medicine. There was a couple times when I used a Z-Pak or two, which is azithromycin, which is an antibiotic. But by and large, I would say 75% of the time, I have reached out for probably herbal things or stuff you can buy at the store. Yeah. And if I go to the doctor, there's only been one major time when I had to go to the hospital and be in there for a long time. And that was in 1998. So that was quite a long time ago.
Mm.
So I'm pretty far natural now, I mean, definitely for the past 10 years, most certainly. But a majority of my life besides the 10 years, so. Actually, any types of pharmaceuticals or unnatural ways of living literally stopped December 9th of 2015. So, here in a couple of days, it'll be 10 whole years of natural living.
Oh man.
I
That's
mean,
amazing.
most of my life, but I'm saying for official, So.
That's exciting. Like I've known you for about 2 to 3 years now, and from the time that we've known each other, I've been able to witness and experience you make so many different things at home from your own, intelligence and I'll say love too, intelligence and love, especially for the scenarios that they were in. You were able to make things for your son multiple occasions, and then you were able to make stuff for yourself, and to really like witness it, and like for you to come to me and like explain it to me and share these things with me, it was really like awesome moments to be able to experience. And I gotta say also, like, even though I'm as open as I am and aware as I am, seeing things like that also like helps me continue to stay open and just stay inspired and stay motivated to spread this stuff, as well as to continue to keep learning as a student myself. And that's one thing about this life, is that when you really get into this holistic side of things, you really learn that like you're always a student and teacher. And there's just so much that Mother Nature has for us that we haven't even scratched the surface on. Like when you really think about all the edible plants we have, all of the different herbs, different majority of ways that we can mix them together for different purposes. I mean, and then you bring in crystal energy, and then you bring in quantum brain mental power, then you bring in the breath, and then you bring in meditation frequencies. I mean, there is such a wide range of beautiful, beautiful things that can bring remedies for us.
And there's layers to it. Okay, like 10 years ago, when I stopped taking my daily pharmaceuticals that were prescribed to me, I didn't just jump into 100% organic this and that, right? First of all, I didn't have to, but I wanted to get myself to stop drinking soda. So I did, but that was the first thing. And increasing my water intake, that was the first thing. And getting omega-3s and vitamins and minerals into my life. That was the first thing, like, don't be so hard on yourself. If you're out there listening to this and you want to make a change in your life, don't be hard on yourself, because that's only going to work against you. Give yourself grace. If you only were able to do one little tiny thing, that's okay. It's better than nothing, right? So be easy on yourself. This wasn't built in a day. It's not going to be fixed in a day, Like, so, for example, let's just take what you said for a minute real quick before you continue with your cards. But like pain relief or headaches. Okay, well, you can go from taking 2 or 3 times of Tylenol a week to using Genexa. What's that? I've never heard of that. Oh, it's a clean medicine they sell at the store. It has the same stuff in it, and it has acetaminophen, which I'm not really a fan of, but let's start somewhere, right? So this brand, Genexa, would get the extra inert ingredients out of your acetaminophen. So start there. And then slowly start to detoxify the body and rehydrate the cells in the body and give it minerals and things it needs to start rebalancing itself, so the headaches start to naturally go away. Then you won't be so prone to having headaches, and then you can start a journey of getting rid of that NSAID or whatever, okay? And getting more into things like wild lettuce or turmeric or several different other things that are for headaches too, but don't look at it and go, oh, well, I can't do that. That's crazy. I wouldn't do that. Well, there's so many different layers, like I was saying, to all of this. So just allow yourself to experience it all and go on an adventure. Instead of just running through the store, for example, and grabbing a Tylenol bottle. Wait, stop, pause, wait. What's that on the very top shelf over there? I see something that looks kind of weird and organic. What is that? Oh, look. Check it out. Try it out. You can always return it, keep the receipt, Anyway, I digress.
Hey, that was great. Because I've actually gotten that from my dad, the Genexa brand.
Oh yeah.
And, my dad, he had a brain hemorrhage 1.5 years ago. So, he's kind of in a place where we got to be able to maintain in certain ways.
Yeah.
So he is someone that's used pharmaceuticals and has been on pharmaceuticals. And just like you said, I went to Walgreens. I just looked around. Actually, it's Walmart, believe it or not, it's Walmart.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't really bash Walmart too much anymore, because I've been to Walmart lately, and I will say, like, they are improving in areas. And there are a variety of organic and plant-based things that they supply, and they supply it through their brand for a little bit cheaper than mainstream brands. And there's always going to be their yin and yangs with everything.
Yeah.
So if we can find something could be of service. What's that?
Little tiny steps. You're right. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Pardon. So yeah.
Oh, it's all good. You're just getting passionate over there.
Yeah, I am. I have a lot of passion for the topic, to be honest. So.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? The reason I have that passion, Marcus, for this topic is because I spent too many freaking years ruining my body. destroy my body, right? I mean, we don't need to go into how and why and whatever, but I did, like many of us, and all of a sudden, I didn't, you know? So I guess I'm making up for lost time, but
Yeah, absolutely. But what I was gonna say with Walmart though is like it's cool to see these kind of steps happen because the way I see
Mhm.
it is like, okay, I didn't have an alternative that I knew of before,
Yeah,
but now it's being supplied here. So am I gonna be ungrateful for that or am I gonna be grateful for it?
right.
I'm gonna be grateful for it, you know? Like there ain't nothing wrong with just, okay, I can be grateful for this, you know? I might not agree with every policy that this company does or something, but you know, they are helping serve me in this type of way for the good. And I'm grateful
I
for that.
mean, if you look into it, Genexa, for example, is owned by one of the major companies that sells Tylenol. Yeah. But if you look at the ingredients, they're clean.
Let me see, Genexa.
Just look at the ingredients. Take one bottle and look at it comparably to the other, and you'll see what we're talking about. I think there's like agave syrup.
I was
There's like
actually
5 ingredients or something.
Yeah, I'm actually very
They even have,
fascinated because when I read it, I was like, wow, like this is something that I could actually agree with giving to my dad.
yeah. Did you know that they have like cold remedies and sleep remedies as well as the acetaminophen?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they've got several different products now. So that's a good way to start. You know, there is other brands like Highlands and things like that that you can buy at natural grocers or Sprouts or, you know, other places like that. But I mean, the point is just to start somewhere. I would say maybe the if you're really seriously serious about getting started today in major ways, pick 5 things: toothpaste, deodorant, lotion, soap and hand wash, and then detergent. Those are usually a good 5 to start with. It's like Queen Anne's lace I see there, and dandelion, and rosemary, and a
Like
moon.
frozen over here?
Huh?
There we go. Wow, I was like frozen.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at the little flowers. The herbs.
Yeah, I think I'm back. That was weird. So, what were you just saying? I didn't catch any of that.
Oh, I'm not even sure. Like, what? I think I was just saying just start small. Did you hear that part?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can get this image back up. Maybe. Maybe not. There we go. All right.
There it is.
Cool. Genexa. So it's the website
Yep.
for everybody. Zero artificial additives. Effective active ingredients. Non-GMO verified. They have infant stuff as well.
Yeah. That's actually how I learned about it.
So they have pain relief. They have allergy.
For any parents out there, they have kid and infant Genexa. Instead of giving your kid Tylenol, please don't do that. The extra ingredients are no good. No
There you
bueno.
go. Zero artificial additives, no sweeteners, no dyes, no preservatives. They use simple ingredients like organic agave and organic blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
Pediatrician preferred ingredients.
No fake synthetic colors or
Wow.
dyes or flavors. You know,
Well,
even if you look at the baby
and the owners
aspirin,
of
for
that.
example, Marcus, I'm not sure if you know about
Uh-huh.
this, but along my journey as a parent, I learned, you know, as a parent, our pediatricians always tell us, oh, give your kid Tylenol. Is your kid fussy? Give your kid Tylenol. Oh, is your kid having a fussy time after their vaccine schedule coming? Oh, give them Tylenol. Well, they have an earache, give them Tylenol. And this is what we hear, right? And people that are parents can verify that. They don't say Advil, they say Tylenol, or whatever, you know. Anyway, it's been recently found that there's actually ingredients, like the inert ingredients that are in Tylenol, are really harming our children. There's like yellow number, whatever it is, and green, and all kinds of different. Sometimes it even has red number 40 if it's a grape flavor or whatever. So
Yep.
parents, I really highly suggest to start with your children. If you're going to just do one thing, change this. Change the fact that you give them Tylenol and give them some Genexa instead. Because you're inadvertently making more troubles. You're getting rid of the headache, but all the chemicals inside of the Tylenol are causing other problems. So,
Yeah, and you got to think too, like, and we'll definitely be diving into this in an episode. You got to think
yeah.
about the nervous system. Artificials do not do well with the nervous system. The nervous system needs organic compounds,
Yeah.
organic chemicals, so it can continuously be on its track that it's supposed to be on to regulate. If we're just like
Well,
polluting it with toxic things, if we're giving it artificial frequencies, it's going to throw off the biochemical rhythm of the nervous system. And then what do you have? You have a child that's even more nerve-ridden ever since they get prescribed these pharmaceuticals.
and let's take it a step simpler. Yesterday, my neurodivergent child was at a therapy session, and the therapist gave him colored M&Ms for Christmas. Well, wait a minute. Those colors are going to cause his emotions to go haywire. Didn't you know that, Mr. Therapist? Right? So the same thing goes for the Tylenol. There's colors and artificial dyes in there. Well, you're helping the child with their headache, but the reason they might act irrational later is because of those colorings inside of there, you know? So just a thought.
It's I will say it's really good to see now, ever since RFK took office, that now we're seeing some alternatives being introduced to the mainstream stores and brands when it comes to using fruit and vegetable dyes instead of artificial colors. I know Goldfish has started doing it. I know even like Starburst has started doing it. And I've seen some
Goldfish
other.
are so super high in glyphosate, it's off the charts. Off the charts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't eat that stuff.
Well, so many kids do.
Yeah, I know. And then they make it into like, animals and stuff that kids like.
Well,
And it becomes like a attachment.
you know, the trouble, I don't mean to be doom and gloom, but in regards to children, in my opinion, and their diets, I've been on this deep dive journey for a while, is it starts with the infant, the formula, and then the crushed, smashed food. It all now has lawsuits for heavy metal toxicity and everything else.
Oh boy.
But the sugar content is out of this world, right? Like, so I started out, here's a good example of regular to natural living. I was a single mother, and I participated in the WIC program, and I used it gracefully and gratefully and thankfully because times were tough. And I went and got that Similac for my baby, and I went and got that Gerber food for my baby. And I went home and I tried it. It was the most god awful tasting stuff I'd ever had in my life. It tasted like metal, like white metal water. Like, what is this? But anyway, if you go look at the sugar content of the Gerber foods, for example, or many baby foods, take the name out of it, okay? Go look at the formula, take the name out of it. The percentage of carbohydrates and sugars is over the top. So really, actually, we're setting our babies' nutrients and taste buds to want a super high level of sugar or fructose or glucose or whatever from infancy, basically. And so I would highly recommend starting to alkalize the baby's diet and the baby's body. And you can do that with things like gripe water. It's a product that they sell that basically alkalizes the baby's tummy. And it has fennel and chamomile, and I believe it has bicarbonate soda in it, but it's a very, very mild formula. Something like that would help alkalize the baby's system, But in my opinion, that's where all of this is starting is from infancy. Just go look at the labels. You'll be shocked.
You want to talk about infancy? How about at birth with
Yeah.
the 70 vaccines?
And the vitamin K shot 6 hours after birth. What about the hepatitis B shot that's given? Well, the parents are tested. If the parents are negative, why does the baby need one?
Ooh,
They're not going to go hang out in drug houses, are they? Okay, well, then they shouldn't have the baby in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
I think we're going to have an episode about this because this is something that needs to be talked about publicly.
Mhm.
It's not the time to continue sweeping things under the rug anymore. We got lives, souls,
Well,
we got humans that are being brought into this, and they're not given a chance really to really have a clean upbringing in a healthy way. And if we don't talk about this stuff and bring awareness to our fellow neighbors on the awareness of it and also the alternatives, we're just going to be in the same cycles over and over.
so, okay, here, I'll just be honest. You asked me earlier, was there different moments of my life where I was or wasn't natural or holistic? Yeah. Here's a good example. When I was pregnant, I had no point of reference. I didn't know my siblings at the time. And I'm adopted. So my mother couldn't help me because she'd never had a baby. And so I was a single mom. I didn't have a partner. So I went to all the classes myself and everything else. But I didn't have anybody to ask, really. And so the people I did ask were the nurses. And of course, they were pro-vaccine. So of course, they told me to take a flu shot when I was pregnant. And of course, I did. And I also took that DTaP or Tdap or whatever it is, the one for that freaking lung disease, I forget. But anyway, while I was pregnant, and guess what? My son was born with jaundice. I wonder why.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even realize till later, way later, that the jaundice was connected to the freaking vaccines they had me take. And that's probably the reason why I gained almost 90 pounds.
Oh, man.
That's almost a whole person.
Wow. Yeah, this is starting to really make sense in a lot of different ways, especially what's being addressed right now in the public.
Well, and then on top of it, like most everyone else, I had an epidural. I had 2 of them, actually. Even more toxicity for my poor child.
Oh, gosh. I mean, they put you guys through so much.
Through hell, literally.
When it's not even necessary at all.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I mean, so did I know? No. Did I have a feeling? Yes, but I wasn't sure, Like I always thought there's something in the water, but I kind of laughed and just kind of blew it off.
Oh, yeah.
Then all of a sudden one day I was like, what is happening? Oh my God.
Well, yeah,
You know?
it's like they live, It's
Yeah.
like everybody's just living their life, and then here you are with the glasses, and you're just like, wait a minute, what?
hmm
And then you're just still looking around, even though you see what you're seeing, everybody else is still doing what they're doing. And you're
Yeah.
just like Neo in the Matrix feeling. You're just looking around at the pods, basically, and you're seeing
Mhm.
everybody plugged in, and then you're unplugged, and you're just like, what? And then next thing you know, Morpheus comes, and you meet the Oracle.
Yeah.
Allie's the Oracle, Lunar Queen.
I remember the very first month of me changing my perspective on my life and taking my life back. So December of 2015, the whole month of December, basically. I was like super duper way too happy. Like, hi, good morning. How are you doing? Purposely to make myself like come somewhere in the middle. I was all cranky and angry and crappy, and then like super duper fake happy. So I was like trying to brainwash myself into like meeting myself in the middle. And my point in sharing that weird story is that, yeah, people might get angry with you at first and be like, "What's so nice? What do you have to be happy about?" Just ignore him. You know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they don't want
I
to
have to be
receive it,
silly, Marcus.
hey, if they don't want to receive it, then let somebody else receive it,
And that I did, yeah. No, but yeah. If this is happening to you out there right now, just know here now that you're not alone.
Mm-mm. Definitely not alone. Definitely not alone.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yes, this is going to be a great journey talking about natural living. What were the other two cards again?
The other two cards.
Yeah.
Okay. So now our third card of this very intriguing style reading that Spirit has us doing.
Yeah,
Which I'm
for
not gonna
sure.
lie, I kind of like it. It's kind of like it keeps things very mixed and like in a flow. But our third card though from this Magical Dimensions deck for everybody that's just now joining us. We are taking some cards out of the Oracle. We have 4 for us throughout the episode. We've gone through 2. First one was Manifestation. Then the second card was Magical Realms. And then you guys can check those out in the replay at any time and go through that at your own leisure. Take notes, meditate to it if you would like. Feel free. Our third card now is going to be Sanctuary. Ooh, look at that green. It's interesting to see the green coming down from the heavens and the angelic wings. I kind of feel like, it might represent something very similar in the now. Oh, we got green behind me. And then, I was looking at 3-Eye Atlas the other day and I saw something about how it emanated emerald green rays of light and how it also shot out emerald green meteorites from it. And the scientists found this and saw it in the sky. So then I
Trip, man.
learned about what the Emerald Order is and the Emerald Ray of Light and what that means. And I learned about the Emerald Founder Records and how the Emerald Order and the Emerald Founder Records basically hold the information and the blueprints to the truth of our universe. And it's being emanated down into our Earth grid right now to help re-encrypt and awaken the crystal grid at the crystal heart. The crystal heart also emanates emerald green inside the Earth. So then with that, you hear about the activations, you hear about the
Mm-hmm.
Schumann resonance going crazy. You hear
Yeah.
about all these galactics and channelers and what they're channeling about 3i Atlas, and not just 3i Atlas, but the galactic family that is coming down through 3i Atlas energy, the Lyrans, the Pleiadians, the Octurians,
Mm-hmm.
the Star Family. This image, I think this is our future right here, our very soon future. Us standing in our angelic, energetic wings, activated and standing as the pioneers of this earth like we truly are. No longer being bogged down, no longer being resisted, no longer feeling like we need to suppress our magic and our beauty into this world. Wow. Sanctuary, healing and comfort, faith and restoration. And what I'm also feeling from this 4-card set, since it's the third card, is that this is kind of like the energy that we're moving slightly into next,
Mm-hmm.
is this sanctuary energy on the earth. But right now, in magical realms, we are practicing. We are developing our self-discipline. We are shedding the layers that do not serve for us to be able to anchor in these codes and these abilities for us to transcend and transfigure our DNA for ourselves and others. Wow. So that's our third card, Sanctuary. Last thing I also hear from this too is think about your life in layers, as in remember that you have a personal sanctuary within yourself. Keep guard of that. Well, I don't want to say guard. Keep tending to that. Tend to your inner sanctuary. Then you tend to your outer shell, your outer sanctuary. Then you tend to your environment sanctuary, your nearby environment. And then you tend to your community's sanctuary outside of your family. And then you start tending to the sanctuaries of different parts of the world and outer communities. So just remembering that the sanctuaries start within yourself and then they layer out. So if your inner sanctuary isn't even in a sanctuary space, then it's likely that you're not going to be having outer sanctuaries around you. And if you do have outer sanctuaries around you, and you recognize that you're not in your sanctuary, try to allow yourself to be open to the support of that outer sanctuary to be able to uplift you. So just that reminder, because oftentimes we can think of something and then just think of it as like a whole outer shell without looking at, oh, is my inner sanctuary good? Before I keep worrying about everybody around me and the environment in the house and other people. So just that reminder.
Yeah. Can I add something to that thought real quick? The word
Absolutely.
sanctuary, that was really important for me along my journey of natural living and taking back my life and all these beautiful things I've done in the past 10 years, is finding peace in my own sanctuary, finding importance in the reason for using it, like, I guess I didn't really realize that I kept asking for all these things, right? But I never listened for the answers on how to go get them. I just kept going and going and doing and doing. So I realized that sanctuary is so very important to the growth process, because you have to be still and be in your sanctuary to be able to hear your inner voice from your higher self for your next steps. If you're so busying yourself with everyone else and all the ruckus around you, you won't be able to hear through all that noise what your next step should be.
Excellent point. What's one of your favorite ways to kind of have your own boundary for that to happen? Or if not a boundary, maybe a routine or a habit that you have.
Well, I had to first learn boundaries in general along the beginning of this journey, but I didn't have any to start. So I had to acquire them, and I did. And it felt really weird at first to do that. Um, but after I learned how to have a boundary and how to use it, that's really what made the biggest difference to me in my world. Because up until that point, I didn't have boundaries with myself. I didn't have boundaries with anybody else. Like I didn't say, you know what? With all due respect, I love you and appreciate you. Let's talk for a minute, but I can't give you all my time now. Right?
Mm.
I just said, okay. And then I wouldn't help them or forsook everything else I needed, wanted to do for something else. Right? And there's lots of deep thing. That's a deep answer. I'm probably going too far with this, but that was wrapped up with a little bit of people pleasing. So I pleased everybody else before myself. You know what I mean? I didn't realize I was supposed to. This thought that was making me happy, making the people happy. Well, kind of, yes, but it gets deeper, right? But I think as far as communication is the best thing I could say to helping hold a boundary. You know, just be honest with people. The truth shall set you free. If you love somebody and you can't be there for them right at the moment, you got to be there for yourself. Say, hey, I love you, but I got to take 5 minutes for myself. Don't be mean about it. Just be honest about it. I think that's probably the best way to keep your boundaries. Expectations and communication and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you often find that when you don't uphold or don't follow through with what your inner voice is telling you for a boundary, do you find that your inner sanctuary starts to become, I guess the word to describe it for me is hellish. For me, it's like, if I don't listen to what my inner voice, like my deep, higher voice is telling me I need to do for a boundary for myself energetically, like, I noticed that, like, it's like things just start getting worse and worse as time goes.
Yeah,
And
well,
yeah.
usually it was me. Sorry.
Oh, that's it, really. I was just saying, like, man, like, I've really noticed that over time. That's why I've started to really slow down and listen to my inner voice a lot.
Yeah, I 100% of the time I'm correct when I say something to myself, and I'm like, either let my logical brain go no, and then make the decision, or allow somebody else outside of myself to tell me, this is what I'm thinking. And then they say, oh, this is what I think. And oh, okay. Yeah, it's usually not correct. And so I noticed that if I allow myself to convince myself that I should allow others to rule my life and run my life for me, eventually I'll get a resentment. And then I'll start to get snappy and snippy and cranky. Right? So where does that go back to? Communication, honesty with yourself first and foremost. But then to the person involved, secondly.
Oh, man. Such good stuff today.
I don't know if you can hear that dog in the background, but there's a dog going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the background. I'm like, gee, what's going on out there? You guys go look.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Those commercials are so funny.
Yeah.
But now I look back at it, I'm like, hold on. And we're probably going to have an episode about this too. Propaganda and children marketing when it comes to food, especially like cereals. Like, the way that they use animals in cartoons as a way to basically capture our innocence, that is a strategic technique. And now that I look back at that, like Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you look at like the way that they demonstrate the character, it literally looks like they're trying to instill that they should become basically like a drug addict or a crack addict over cereal. And then you
It's the
think
high
about,
fructose corn syrup.
oh god, the high fructose, the artificial sugars,
Mhm.
the dyes.
Yeah. Like,
No wonder why I was cuckoo for him.
yeah. Cuckoo. Right? Like the late 80s, early 90s is when they started putting glyphosate in all the ground and taking boron out and putting in bromine and then putting in glyphosate also. That's when the gut biomes of America changed. So now, let's say, how many years was that ago later? Let's see, 25 plus. So like 30 years later, now we're seeing the effects. America is very unhealthy and it's becoming a crisis. I don't want to put alarm bells out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a crisis for sure. I mean, I love this episode so far, with it being the intro, because we're able to really free flow and just naturally bring up topics that we're going to be exploring throughout this series, and it gets me pretty
Yeah.
excited. Like, we'll definitely be talking about the medical system. We're going to be talking about our own personal experiences, ways that we've used our own skills and our own empowerment while facing moments of deciding if we allow the medical system to continue or to take over, or if we use our own power. And these were in situations where, for me and my dad, it was my dad's survival. For Sarah, it's her son's well-being, and it's been hers as well. So, we're going to be diving really deep throughout this series into many different facets, from, the medical system to conditioning and education, and the way that chemicals react to our being, what that does to our cells, what that does to our immunity, and everything else when it comes to even our Christ conscious energy as divine beings. And then you guys will also be learning how to make a lot of these things that are alternative, quote unquote, alternative to the pharma and the medical system. And we really, huge key is we really want to give you guys the power in your hands at home to be able to do these things on your own, and then to be able to pass that into your generations, and that can bring generational health and wealth to all of our families of Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. So
even just natural living, ladies. This is natural nail polish. It's vegan. It's plant-based.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
So is the makeup. So it's
you guys
possible.
would be surprised how many like macro to micro level, items you would really want to pay attention to with the ingredients, including things like makeup and nail polish.
It's actually quite concerning how many chemicals are in female body care, period. And furthermore, male body care. I mean, but female are just more prone to putting more things on our face is all. But still.
I mean, so I know I remember Rhonda was talking about it, but you think about the tips of the fingers, as well as the tips of the toes. And what you learn through science is that they are the most sensitive areas of our whole entire body, because they carry the most like voltage in and out. So
there's
if you're putting
here.
harsh artificial chemicals on those, you're actually distorting those energy field lines.
Yeah.
So it's key to really look for the ingredients.
I'll be honest here, another honesty moment from Sarah Brownhead. So like even in the past 2 years, I have had acrylic dip. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about? You're going to get your nails done, right? And you get an acrylic overlay, or you get a dip, or whatever you get, a tap gel. I've had those in the past 2 years. Sure have. And I recently had it all taken off. And this is, I can show you the brand names, but this is actually plant-based nail polish, vegan. harms no animals, no chemicals. It's all phytochemicals. So anyway, yes, this would be less disruptive to your natural energy flow of your tips of your fingers. And the reason why I did that is because I just recently got Reiki certified, and I figured that it might interfere. After doing some research, there's thoughts out there that it does interfere with the energy flow on your hands. And so that's why I decided to go ahead and have it removed. And it still looks beautiful. And you can never tell. So ladies, check it out.
Yes. Plug it
Mhm.
in. Not Glade, not Glade, not Glade. Not
No,
Glade.
no.
Not
That's got
Glade.
too many things in it.
Plug them into the good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that'll be another episode in itself too, is female health. Because
Yeah.
like
And
even as a
makeup
male,
and
because even as a male, like I've learned a lot and I know quite a bit about organic living for females and just like whew, wow. I don't even, oh gosh, that Pandora box, wow. The
seriously.
chemicals and just the societal programming of how a woman should use their body and all that stuff is just wow. Like talk about birth control, what that does to the body. Talking about the plan B and like what that does to the body, and like
Man, Marcus,
ooh-wee.
if you want me to be honest, I have taken so many Plan B pills in my life and so many years of birth control pills, like probably enough for 10 people. I took birth control pills for I don't know how long. Let's see, I had my son at 34, so 18 years. The 1 year I didn't
Post
take it,
that.
I
Sarah
had a
gave
child.
away her age. Sarah gave away her age, everybody.
What is my age?
Anybody want to guess? Oh yeah, Rhonda said we didn't even talk about clothes. Yeah, clothes will definitely be an episode.
Oh my gosh, Rhonda, good point. No kidding, right?
Not just
Like it
clothes,
is
too,
so
but, like,
freaking hard to
also
find.
fabrics, just fabrics for like sofas, beds, all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no, totally. It's everything that's freaking polyester. I'm like, it's taking over the world.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, if this was the 70s, we'd be like, far out, man. Yeah, it's awesome. But no. We're back on the linen and cotton and wool and the beautiful natural fabrics, hemp,
Egyptian silk.
Egyptian silk. Yeah, that's great for ladies. Silk pillows are very nice for pillowcases. Silk is, because that way you can help reduce your fine lines on your face so it doesn't pull on your skin while you sleep and it just slides.
Yeah.
Here's a good health tip for women.
I love
Beauty tip.
Egyptian silk.
Yeah. But the split of the material on your face, the less it drags on your skin at night when you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody ever woke up with those wrinkles on your face before?
Yeah.
Feel
your skin's all like irritated.
Yeah, it's all smush and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll definitely be talking about also like essential oils, perfumes, things like that. Because man, perfumes and like home air fresheners, things like that. That stuff. Oh my gosh, like the more you clean out your system and your senses become more clear to like what's good and bad for you, as in like toxic and not toxic.
Yeah.
Man, like it is very difficult for me to be in any space where someone's wearing a lot of cologne or they just spray like a air softener or a Glade plug-in. I could literally taste the chemicals in my mouth. It is.
Yeah. You know, one of the big things that bothers me a lot is like going to Ace Hardware or something when you smell that fertilizer smell. That's ooh, that smell is so strong to me. Just like fabric softeners and stuff are too, you know. So also, I have a long history with cleaning before I opened up my own cleaning company, and a lot of places use Lysol or Fabuloso, okay, the two strongest smelling ones there is out there. Fabuloso is that purple one. It smells like supposed to be lavender that everyone knows of, right? And then Lysol is the big yellow one that smells like fake lemons. Anyway, I got up to be a point when I was cleaning where every time that I would drop some mop water, I would get this incredible pain, like felt like hangover pain in my head. I was like, what is that feeling? Oh, and like seriously, the smell would make me get this weird pressure headache. Then I started doing some research into it. That's when I learned about phthalates, that weird word that's spelled Phalates, phthalates. That and what's the other word? Phthalates and parabens and phthalates. Anyway, those are the things that make the stuff smell. You know, the chemicals, that whole reaction of making a smell and all those different things. That's what it basically means. And those are endocrine disruptors, and those are no good for the soft tissue in your brain and inside your body. And then I was talking to my mom around the same time, and she told me, "Oh gosh, my friend just passed away." And I told her what I said. What happened? And she goes, "Oh, she was a house cleaner." I said, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I said, "So what happened?" She died of blood cancer, leukemia. And I said, "Oh man, what happened?" And she really, seriously, this really happened. And she goes, "Well, her doctors determined that her dipping her hands in her Lysol every day for 40 years as a house cleaner was what gave her blood cancer." What? I'm a house cleaner. I dip my hands in what? Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. And that was like a slap in the face. Oh my gosh. Moment. And that's when I went on the search for natural cleaning products. And that's what brought me to using them in my business. So yeah, I use melaleuca.com for my floor cleaners and my multi-purpose and things like that. There's no phthalates, no parabens, no ammonia, no chlorine, no synthetic dyes or colors. So there's the will, there's a way.
What was that a reference? Was that a site that you gave?
Yeah, Melaleuca, MELALEUCA.com.
Wait, one more time.
Melaleuca,
Yeah, MELALEUCA.com. Melaleuca.com.
Yeah. I order all kinds of stuff from this company and have for years. They have body care, house care, food, supplements that are clean, medicines that are clean, without the long list of funky ingredients. I would highly suggest ordering from there. I order every other month. I order cleaning products and things for my house there. I use their dish soap is amazing. I use their dishwasher soap. It doesn't have that funky stuff that leaves a film. They even have natural, the blue stuff, the rinse aid that you put into your dishwasher without the synthetic chemicals in it. They actually have that. They have all kinds of stuff on this website. I mean, literally everything you could think of, they've got it. Like their fabric
Amazing.
softener doesn't have
That's what we got to do.
what's the
We
stuff
gotta
that's in
plug
the fabric softener? It's formaldehyde in the fabric softener. It does not have that. You know, it's clean. It's like, and it looks like it's a little pricey, but the stuff is super concentrated and it works super well. And it's based by the power of tea tree oil, was the basis of most of the cleaners, which is highly effective. I mean, of course, one of my favorite cleansers, if you want to go there real quick, I know this is an introduction to what we're going to be talking about, but it's a little tidbit for everyone out there. If you're interested, I buy soap, just like I get Melaleuca soap or just some basic soap, not Dawn. Dawn's got funky stuff in it too, but just general dish soap, right, for the countertop. And then get a container and do half it, like a cup of it, and then a cup of white vinegar, and mix them together. And let me tell you what, that will clean anything. That will clean the inside of ovens without using the harsh chemical oven cleaner. That'll clean soap scum off anything. That'll kill bacteria. That'll kill mold and fungus. Super easy, super cheap, super effective. Very natural.
Yeah. Rhonda says borax as well.
Yes. I use borax in almost every load of laundry. I use liquid boron in my supplements, but I use borax in my laundry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a
And did
big
you bring
difference.
up lemon too? It's like, did you bring up raw lemon?
Well, I use lemon scent in all my cleaning. Yeah. Lemon juice, lemon oil. I use orange oil for polishing
Yeah.
stainless steel or wood.
You can make a cleaner too with lemon and I think like distilled vinegar or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, lemon. You could use like lemon peels, and then you basically infuse the lemon constituents into your vinegar. It'd be like the menstruum.
Yeah.
Like if you make a tea, it'd be the water. The vinegar would be your water. You put the lemon
Mhm.
peels in there and make it smell like lemon.
Yeah, my mom, she made some at home. She let it sit in a mason jar for like, I
Yeah.
think 4 or 5 days to let it really soak all of the chemicals out of the lemon. And then she
Yeah.
started using it as her cleaner.
Yep. Very effective.
Oh yeah.
Scientifically proven.
It's gonna
And
be a
that's the
fun
cool
cleaner.
thing too. Like if there's any older timers out there right now, they're thinking, well, those natural products don't work that good. Well, they do now. We have science on our side now. And now we're having such a great understanding of phytochemicals and their actions. So it really has come a long way.
Yep. And it's just really like, it's just confirming what we have known for ancient lineages all the way
Yeah.
up till now. We're just now getting the physical evidence in front of our faces, basically. But
Yep.
this stuff's been going on for a long time, and it's just been, I guess if you want to say intuitive, it's been intuitive, Our elders, like our grandparents and all of them, this is what they knew. They knew all this stuff about nature, and that's all they knew. And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, an artificial and pharma system got introduced, and things started happening. So we'll talk about that in a episode itself on the climate change of the medical system and kind of like how we got here today, because it's always good to know about our history, and it's always good to know about what we don't want to repeat when it comes to the power that we have within ourselves and what it is that we are accountable and responsible for, not only as an individual with a personal health, but as a citizen of the earth that is here to help with community and help family as well.
Yep. Yep.
So Sarah, I'd like to take a moment to take a commercial break and let these folks be able to check out a little bit of what Jade's wellness trade is and what it
Nice.
is that our wonderful sister Jade has to offer in our Sacred Kingdom community.
Yeah, she's got all kinds of great stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah. We'll be right back.
All right.
While others mass produce with chemicals and shortcuts, one stay-at-home mama chose a different path. Jade spends months researching each ingredient, carefully sifting everything at least twice, testing every single product on herself before offering it to anyone else. She hand cuts poster cards, captures every photo, adjusts recipes until they're perfect. 6 to 8 hours of love goes into each batch. This is Jade's Wellness Trade, where organic, plant-based products aren't just made, they're crafted with a mother's dedication. No animals harmed, no chemicals hidden, just pure, superior alternatives to what they're selling you in stores. Because the collective deserves better. And Jade's mission? To eventually teach you how to make these yourself. Visit jadeswellnesstrade.my.canva.site and discover what Mama Made really means.
I love that name.
Mama Made.
I got my own Mama Made products over here. I'm just kidding.
I feel like
I
that
got
could
Mama
be
Made too. Oh, what's the odds?
I feel like that could be like I feel like that could be a own line, like its line of its own self within the line,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Right.
and it's like products from different moms. Like that would be so cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah. Mama Made.
I think we're on to something.
That is kind of cool. Yeah.
We got enough moms in the community to do something
We
like
could
that.
get
Just saying.
a big, huge, massive coven of mothers. Give us your
Mhm.
products, mothers. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh man. Now it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen
Well,
someday.
you do know, Marcus, that mothers trying to do something for their children can move mountains.
Boy, do I know. Man,
Yeah.
I spent a majority of like my teenage and early adult years mainly living with my mom when my parents divorced. Now, of course, I was seeing my dad and stuff, but like for the most part of the time, I lived at my mom's. So, you know, I've seen and witnessed like so many things that my mom has gone above and beyond to do just
Yeah.
to be able to make sure that I can just live a life and be able to have a future. I mean, we're talking about like someone that would go to nursing school and college and also be working like night shift or something while pregnant with me. And like my sister as well, actually, now I think about it. And then like, you know, still going above and beyond that. Just like I've seen so many things, you know. I've seen the strength of my mother when, you know, she got into other relationships after my father, and those relationships ended up being abusive for her. And to see her be able to overcome that and to be able to still be who she was the whole time throughout that process, you know, that's really powerful to see and witness as a son of that mother. And yeah, I always love my mom, and I always want to be able to give the world back to her.
Well, that gives me inspiration for my son and I's relationship in the future. Because, you know,
Absolutely.
mothers do a lot for their children. So, I mean, so do dads, most definitely. I live with my dad, and so I was closer to my dad, but I'm also a girl, so that makes sense. They
Mhm.
always say mama's boy, daddy's girl, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep. And for everybody out there, you guys can check out a podcast I had with my mom, actually. I had a podcast with my mom. You guys can find it on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Broadcast Network. And if you go to my playlist, go to series, Sacred Light Conversations. You guys will find one with me and my mom on there. And it's
Cool.
pretty raw and real, though. It's not just like a Butterflies and Rainbow podcast. It's a podcast
Wow.
about her upbringing and the generational patterns that she has experienced in her life, including things surrounding, sexual things and family
Mm-hmm.
lineages of that, and other things as well. So it's a very raw and real podcast. I also talk about my experiences of going to prison for a year back in 2017, and then also getting to express things that I didn't get to express to my mom in that moment, and then to hear her perspective as the mother of when I went to prison and things like that. So it's a really deep process, and it's a good one. If you want to see something that's really real and raw between a son and a mother, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Sarah, maybe one day that's where you and Ian will be. Maybe one day when Ian gets older, he'll want to hear your stories and maybe help elevate others by your guys' connection.
Well, just like my father helped me discover my path with naturals and homeopathy and things like that, I am helping him discover his path with naturals and homeopathy. Matter of fact, he has more peer support than I did at the time because his school, it's a holistic private school, but they do teach herbal medicine there, and they do teach sound healing, and they do teach like different things like that at his school. So
His school.
this new generation is coming up.
His school, you say?
Yeah.
Without going too deep into it, what's the school that you're talking about?
Serenity Learning Center. It's actually a holistic school. They threw away the model of the public school system model, and they've got a whole different approach to teaching children, and that's
The
basically
Rockefeller
meeting.
model?
Yeah, they threw that out the window. Yeah, and basically, long story short, is that they don't have grades. They have the school. The kid takes a test like every 6 months to a year to so he can know where they're at, and they're placed in group classes. So in my son's class, he will be 14 in a couple days, but there's people all the way from 9 to like 15 in that class. So it takes a lot of pressure off to kids. As long as they're able to complete the expectations for that grade, that's all that is, So, for example, if your child learns differently, they'll cater for that. And that's what we're there for. So it's a really great place.
Mm-hmm. I've seen something similar to that in the show. Oh, dang it. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Oh, shoot. But it's a show with Zac Efron where he travels around the world, and Zac Efron goes to these different places, and he went to Costa Rica, and he went to one of the schools there, and basically same kind of mentality. There's not really grades like how we have it here in America. It was more like kind of like age groups, and like within those age groups they just had to do different things and develop. And what was really cool is like you would see projects where like there would be little kids learning how to like build with wood, how to use a hammer, like how to like it's like actual things that you do at home and that you use in your everyday life, which it's so interesting how in this society that we're in here in America, it's like we treat children like
machines,
like they're machines or like they're pets. Like they're not capable as little kids to like learn a task or try a task. Like they're handicapped. And it's like,
well, all the while throwing tons of papers and assignments at them. Like I love teachers, and
Hmm.
I just feel like the school system is broken. It was made a long time ago, before World War One, to make obedient workers. That was the demand. That's what America needed at the time. It worked, right? At the time. It's now 2025 as we record this. About to be 2026. A lot of time has passed since then, right? You know what I mean? So I just feel like, in my personal opinion, that things need to be reformulated, to be more effective.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like there's no greater time than now. And what I mean by that too is also, why wait around for the system to change? Why wait around for somebody else to do something? But we can do it.
Yeah.
We can start creating spaces to do things and educate ourselves and our children and families and communities, all by simply being like, hey, I'm going to host
So,
something over at my house this weekend. If you guys want to come over, and we can go through and study what these herbs do for us, and you guys can learn
yeah.
how to make. And then we could do, when it's warm out, you go to parks, have park meetups, have some potluck, and then you guys talk about an education topic to help empower each other.
Or, yeah, even just getting out into nature and getting your feet, take your shoes off and put them feet in that grass and
Mhm.
touch nature. That's step one, right? Like I said at the very beginning of this whole thing, don't overwhelm yourself. Just take it step by step.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe right now you can't touch the grass because it's freezing cold there. But touch the snow with your bare foot. Ready, go.
Yeah, not here. Unless you want to go for some shock value, shock into the
Right?
system, which is a good thing. We'll definitely highlight, conscious usage of that at some point
Yeah.
as well, because ice baths and things like that, they are very, very beneficial if they're used properly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hmm. Well, Sarah,
Hmm?
is there anything else that you feel called to share in this moment? Do you perhaps have maybe a herb of the day or anything else that you would like to recommend for the day?
What would I like to recommend for the day? Well, I mean, so many things has flashed to my mind when you asked me that question. Like, oh my gosh. I
I
mean,
know
since it's coming up to Christmas time, I personally, in the middle of October, decided to make myself the universe decided, and that's decided for me, but middle of October, I made myself an herbal tincture for the flu season. So it's called Super Flu Tincture, and it has ingredients in it. And I did it in expectation of the coming winter seasons and winter months. Um, and most people here have heard of Tamiflu. And of course, everyone here has heard of antibiotics and stuff like that, right? So basically, those are the two most prescribed things during a flu season. Mostly antivirals, stuff like that. That's when all of a sudden you just feel like boop boop a choo choo out of nowhere. Like, oh, what happened? I feel so crappy all of a sudden. Yep, probably a virus. Anyway, so what I did was I made myself because it takes a month to process. I made myself a flu tincture at the end of October, and it just it happened that we had a big huge windstorm here in Arizona, and I went to someone's house to clean it, and they had a beautiful big huge pine tree out back, but it got knocked over. So I said, "Oh," and I grabbed a big huge branch of it and threw it in my car and did the clean. And then a few days later, I went home and made medicine out of that branch. And I made myself a flu tincture. White pine, fennel, Things like that have a thing called shikimic acid, which is the same exact ingredient that Tamiflu is made of. Matter of fact, Tamiflu itself, the most prescribed antiviral for the cold and flu season, is made from star anise. I mean, it's now synthetic and synthesized, but originally for 20 to 30 years, it was made from star anise. And basically, that's because it has shikimic acid in it, which produce shikimites in the body, which are the most prolific viral killer there is possible known to man. So I made it a medicine, an herbal medicine with that white pine and fennel and several other ingredients. And I've got it on the ready for if and when my family should get sick. And a matter of fact, I did a few days ago and it works very well. But if I was to give anyone some advice, would be okay, have something more natural on hand for your family to try this flu season. Whether that be herbal cough drops or herbal cough medicine or throat medicine or cold medicine. Maybe just try to go explore some different brands and have some ready for your children or for your hubby or for your wife, whoever's watching this, and just have it on the ready. That way you can, instead of running out and buying Delsum or buying, Robitussin or different brands that have a lot of chemical stuff in them, have it ready for yourself. Do some research and reach out if you want some recommendations. But just have some natural solutions ready for your family for this holiday season. That's what I'd recommend.
Thank you, Sarah.
hmm
I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but for everybody out there, Sarah is a entrepreneur or independent
hmm
owner of a home cleaning company.
Yes.
So there will be a lot to talk about when it comes to the home cleaning products, that's for sure.
Yes, I am a owner of a small business called TLC Cleaning Services in Mesa, Arizona. I am also the owner and operator of Shining Soul Healing and Wellness, a natural approach to holistic living as far as mental health and emotional health is concerned. So, yeah.
hmm So our final card for everybody of our 4-card reading that lasted and flowed with us this whole time is going to be exiled. With the green dot, exiled. A lot of us may have been feeling exiled in our life, especially in our early years of our awakening. And a lot of us may have karmic exile that we have been cleansing and releasing and integrating. And I'm really feeling like a lot of that exile energy is closing out for a lot of us. And a lot of us feel like we now, rightfully so, feel like we're that perfect puzzle piece to the universe right now.
Yeah.
And we may have been feeling like for a while that we were a puzzle piece, but we just didn't know exactly like where or what or why or how. But now that's all becoming very clear and online from our light bodies and into our physical and into our memory of how we got here, why we're here, and that we all deserve to be able to live free and to be able to exercise our sovereignty and to be able to co-create and continue to build a better world. So we are releasing and letting go of the exiles that we have taken on in our life and in previous lives, and closing out those timelines so we can move forward, shining bright, joyful, co-creating.
Yeah. It's cool how all four of those cards kind of go together as a general message too.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, man.
I like integrating into this episode too, because you can easily think about these things being tied in with the conversation of organic home living. Like you think about the journey and the process of what it takes to transition what you use, to transition what you consume, and things of that nature. It takes a journey, it takes a process. And these things that we talked about through this reading can very easily be seen throughout that journey, such as the first one, manifestation. Manifesting the new life, manifesting the new products, the new resources. We got to be able to be willing to let go of the toxic things that are bringing toxicity when it comes to chemicals and the food produce. And then you have the magical realms. This is practicing, getting into new disciplines, new habits, developing your skills, and learning how to enhance your life with these things. And then we have sanctuary, allowing that to carry you into better communities, better environments, creating a more homeostasis and harmonic inner sanctuary, so then your life can manifest into more harmonic life. Then the last one, exile, clearing away all that uncertainty, all that self-judgment, self-criticism, self-sabotage, and
Yes.
tolerating the judgments from others and the putting down because of the knowledge that you have. Just really releasing and letting go of not just trying to avoid it or trying to block it out, but we are truly releasing it, as in it has no reason to come to us anymore. We are elevating, and our frequency is going to embody and show it. That is our reading.
That's so cool how it went through like the phases of it all, you know?
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Maybe this could be a signature every episode where we're integrating a reading with the topic and the conversations. How unique would that be?
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Whew-wee. So Sarah, where can everybody
In my house in Mesa, Arizona. No, just kidding. Yeah, no, I am on social media at Shining Soul Healing and Wellness. I am or Sarah Broadhead on Facebook. And if you find me there, you could definitely message me, DM me, or I do believe on my business pages, my phone number is on there on the WhatsApp. There's a little button, the WhatsApp, contact me button, and you can call me directly through there if you'd like. I guess I could give my phone number out, but I mean, it's right there. So again, if you look at Shining Soul Healing and Wellness on either Instagram or Facebook, and then from there, you'll be able to find my email, my phone number, and I do have a link tree on there as well. So
Thank you, Sarah.
Mhm.
It's been a great journey with you these last couple of years, and to see you continue to expand and step into your service to the all, that has been a wonderful time. For everybody else out there, my name is Marcus Crystalite. You guys can find me at Sacred Light Broadcast Network on YouTube. I produce for myself, I produce for others, and I also produce for you. If you want production services, if you want a podcast, if you would like to get yourself out there and share your knowledge and wisdom, reach out and I'll gladly provide my services. Along with that, I'm a multifaceted practitioner. I do different ways of shamanic healing, Reiki, light language, readings, as well as help people with their shadow work integration, inner child healing, subconscious reprogramming, and also starseed lineage. And then I also host retreats. These retreats are in the Midwest as well as around the country. And I'll be going to Costa Rica next year in May for a May Costa Rica retreat. And then also too, I am the leader, the host of the Sacred Kingdom community that we have. And if anybody's interested in becoming a member to help elevate with the community, to share your gifts, to step on these lives, to be able to broadcast and network yourself even more, reach out, because we are always open to more and more wonderful star seeds and soul beings to join us and become a part of this movement. And with that, Sarah,
Yes.
thank you for
I
joining
think
me.
you should join. Thank you for inviting me. I had a great time.
Absolutely. And yes, I think everybody out there, you guys should join, because I'm sure there's a gift or a skill that you have that can be brought up with us to help bring out to the world.
Yeah, seriously, just this week alone, I've listened to 2 different things, learned about 2 different chakras particularly, and learned we had a full moon hangout session space and learned lots of different facts during that. And also, I learned about sourdough and how to make it all in 1 week. Yeah, that's just a few things from being a member in the Sacred Kingdom.
Wow. You know, I didn't even really think
So,
about that as like an overlook of this week. Like that
yeah,
all happened just this week.
just this week, 1 week, yeah.
Wow.
So I highly suggest if you're interested in learning things and whatnot on topics all like this, definitely come join us.
Mm-hmm. And for everybody out there, you go to this corner up here and hit this QR code, and it'll take you directly.
Oh, wait, this way? This way? Oh, wait.
Depends on
Right,
depends if you're on mirror
right
mode.
there. Right there.
There's been
Oh, no.
times where I'm on mirror mode, and then I'll see it on the TV, and I'll be the opposite way that I thought I was.
Oh, really?
I'll be pointing this way, it was really that way. It's so funny.
Just look at the corners, you'll find it. I'm just kidding.
But
All
yeah,
right, everyone, thank you for joining.
Yep. And if you guys want to check out any of our services, any of the retreats we have coming up, any of the crystals in the crystal shop or organic products, just hit that QR code in the corner and you guys can reach out anytime. All right, Sarah, have a blessed and beautiful day over there, and happy Saturday.
Thank you. Happy Saturday. You do as well. Peace.
Peace and one love to everybody.
These are the non-toxic cleaning tools I swear by for a truly clean kitchen. Most parents don't know that cleaning their home with non-toxic products is actually more budget friendly than the chemical stuff. I swear by steam cleaning. I use it to clean my house from top to bottom. You're just using hot water. It disinfects, it deodorizes, it cleans everything, and I'm obsessed. It comes with so many accessories, and you can even wash the covers so you can keep reusing them. White vinegar is truly amazing. I use it to clean everything, and did you know I recently discovered it's better for cleaning mold in your bathroom than bleach. Dilute it with some water in a spray bottle and you're ready to go. Baking soda. I actually have a huge bag of this in my laundry room. I use this for everything. You can use it to clean your kitchen sink. Even adding it to a little bowl with some essential oil and popping it in the fridge is a great deodorizer. When it comes to cleaners, I like an easy system, and I love these all-purpose concentrate cleaners. Basically, you just mix them with water and you're ready to go. So I have a bathroom one. I have 2 all-purpose ones. I also sometimes add essential oils to them. And the nice thing is that when you run out, you can literally just make your own again and you don't have to run to the store. Coarse salt. I love to use this to deep clean my cast iron pans. I literally just use hot water and salt. And also you can use this for your cutting boards as well. If you're using wood, you want to make sure that you are giving them a good clean every so often. Swedish towels are a great alternative to paper towel. You can use them again and again, so they're more budget friendly and better for the environment. You can pop them into the dishwasher or the laundry machine to give them a new life, and you're ready to use them again.
Hey, what's going on? Marcus Crystallite here, founder and member of the Sacred Kingdom community. I am so excited to share with you guys the directory and some insight into the beautiful members that we have a part of the council of the Sacred Kingdom community, a international, worldwide, sacred community of soul family, full of star seeds, visionaries, artists, practitioners, shamans, as well as handcrafters and organic product makers. We have such a beautiful variety of amazing quality of organic products, including crystals as well, holistic and quantum healing services, all available in one link page directory for you. And you guys may be able to find who resonates for you, either locally in your area or online through the Sacred Kingdom community. So take a look. Welcome to the Sacred Kingdom community link page, where you guys can access everything Sacred Kingdom that's available worldwide 24/7. First link you'll see is the Facebook page, and you'll be able to take a browse and follow, keep up with any activity through Facebook if you're a Facebook user. Then we have the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is designed with a playlist for each member that is a part of the YouTube channel, so you can access and see content specific to each individual. Now we have holistic healing retreats that are led by myself, Marcus Crystallite, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And then we have other members of the community that join in with these retreats to help build and bring connective community. These holistic retreats have workshops, live music, plant-based food, and much more. Then we have Lunar Queen and Organics Essence. This is an online crystal shop. She has a wide variety of crystals, greatly priced, high quality, organic with no dyes. Along with that, she also does card readings, and you can book with her. Then we have Eagle's Hearth Ministry and Sacraments, Grandma Katie Sing Eagle, with her tinctures, salves, lotions, herbal products, and much more. Jade's Wellness Trade. Jade's Wellness Trade is a fully organic line, all plant and herbal based when it comes to home hygiene products such as soaps, shampoos, conditioners, and much more. Operation Oscar Mike. Wow. Where to begin? A good fellow of mine, AJ Lardy, his friends Scott and Eric, own a alternative healing nonprofit business to help military and first responders to bridge with alternative healing. Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, myself, Marcus Crystallite, Reiki, Akashic meditations, as well as inner child healing, shadow work, and more. And then we have Shining Soul Healing and Wellness, QHHT, quantum hypnosis, as well as herbal-based healing products with Sarah Broadhead. Soul Awakening with Sandra Marshall out of California, a wonderful podcaster, as well as lecturer and educator. And then we have Soulista Healing with Christina out of Pennsylvania. You guys can check out our link page anytime. And you guys can browse and book with services, purchase crystals and organic products. Along with that, we also do host retreats together and other events. We have online spaces like full moon and new moon events, and much more to come. Tune into our podcast on the YouTube channel, Sacred Kingdom. Reach out if you'd like to become a member and grow with this community as we continue to bring generational wealth and healing to all generations of planet Earth. One love.